think this video will come out without the line through. I think as long as its camera's this way and I'm not standing that way, there won't be a line. I'm not sure about that, though. Not sure. So this will be a trial and error thing. I didn't bring the lamp out. Seeing if I can have enough light without the lamp. 193, but that's after a day of fasting. Plus, I've pretty much watched, I've cooled it all week. I fasted all day yesterday on just mostly water. When I say mostly water, maybe a cup, lemon here and there, half a lemon and 2 cups of water, because a cup is 16 ounces. For me, these mugs are 16 ounces, which is why I wanted them in the first place. Plus, they were cheap off of Amazon. They've held up pretty well, I suppose, all things considered. 193 this morning, naked before eating or drinking anything. And Omar, I weighed him this morning. He's 17.2. You can say, well, does that mean he's losing weight? He was 17.4. No, he was 17.4 on the 21st when I went far away for his eye appointment and weighed him on their scales, one of which I had to ask them to calibrate because it wasn't set to 0, okay? So 0.2 is not a big deal. I don't even know, how that scale would exactly compare to me holding Omar in my arms. It's probably a little bit different, but he's not losing weight. He's not wasting away to nothing. And I have been walking him. You have to take that into account. I've been feeding him more. I've been feeding him that extra meal she told me to feed him, the extra half cup a day. But I've also been walking him. It's going to offset it a little bit, okay? So I called them up around here. I told them I didn't feel it was necessary to bring Omar in when he's gaining weight. And my friend didn't think it was necessary either. She wholeheartedly agreed with me. Notwithstanding the fact she'd have to drive me there and wait and whatever, but it's not that. She agrees that it's ridiculous. We did all the tests on him. His eyes are good. Everything's good. He's got his drops. He's gaining a small amount of weight, okay? He gained like 0.9 in just a couple of weeks, so like 16 days. And he's maintained that. But again, we walk almost every day. We don't walk as much when it's boiling hot out, obviously. That's duh. And we don't walk when it's pouring rain either, okay? But we've been walking a lot. I keep track of it, so. And in the winter, we weren't walking at all, like literally at all, so. I'll continue to feed him extra, until such time, if such time arrives that he's putting on too much weight, then I'll have to stop it. I'll have to cut back. My friend said, well, to trick him, you could just feed him 3 times a day, but just feed him less. She's right, I could. I've tricked him before when it's not time to eat. He wakes me up at 3 in the morning, and I give him just a tiny bit just to make him happy, and then he goes back to bed with me till a more reasonable hour, at least a couple hours to 5. At least it's light out, That's our rule. You don't get fed until it's light out, Omar. Right? Right, Puddleopoulos? Mama's love, huh? So 193. And I'm keeping this one short because I just want to do it as a test thing. I think I am going to purchase that Shim More. I don't like the name, but it gets confusing. And I saw it fast on music, as I said. I was typing in Skin More, but I wrote Hallelujah, and then I tried a different approach. Newly released, because I'd seen it was 2018, new single released. Newly released single Hallelujah, and it was bringing up all old, the religious Hallelujah. It wasn't bringing it up. I finally did it, though. Just took a little legwork. And I think I like the song. I think that might be on my MP3 player. I might dance to that at some point in a video. I think I like it. I'll definitely, his album's not out yet, and neither is Hailstorm's new album. His album, I think, is just called Shim More. It's not out yet. can't listen to any more songs. That's just the one song. But I will keep an eye on that, and I'll keep an eye on Hailstorm's Vicious. Let's see if I like any other songs on that one. Or like any songs. Uncomfortable, I don't like enough to put on my MP3 player. But Hallelujah, I think I might buy that. I think it's available right now to purchase from Amazon, actually. And it does sound the same in the sock puppet video. I listened to the official audio just to see. It does sound the same. He just is starting off like that, and then he, you know. I just want to make sure that that's how it's supposed to sound. Yeah, I like that. I think that's going on my MP3 player. I like it better than some of the others I've broken down and put on my MP3 player because I was desperate. Here's something interesting. I told you I made that whole thing. I found that whole thing, and I went through all those songs on last night's video, which might bore a lot of you, but hey, it's all good. It's all free, so you choose whether or not you wish to watch me. It's all good and it's all free. Anyway, Muse wasn't on that single song of those 58 songs. A couple were double, but let's just say 750 plus songs on FM.something when I punched in Music Choice online to see if I could get some idea of the kinds of songs that play on the Music Choice on the TV. And I have a list all in one place that I can check. I can also copy and paste, I can get those songs onto WordPad and have them all in a list, and then I could print them out at the library because I don't know how to put the ink in my printer. I spent $30 on ink and don't know how to put the ink in my printer, and I contacted that guy who swore to me, like, oh yeah, if you get back to me, I will come and put that ink in your printer. And I think that had the right number, and they never reached him. He's a young kid, so for all you know, he's traveling cross-country. He could be doing anything, you know what I mean? He could be far away, he could be back at school. I don't know his life story. I just know he was really nice, but in the end, I don't know how to put the ink in my printer. And I don't want to fuck up the ink, you know what I mean? I don't have anyone to do it. And if I fuck it up, then I've just wasted $30. I believe that's what it costs. Ink's pretty expensive. Maybe it was less than that. I forget, actually. Bought it at Walmart. Anyhow, so right now part 2 is uploading. This will be part 3. So I've talked about the music choice, the music I like. So I have to talk about sleeping and dreaming as well, just to make it honest, make the video honest as a part 3. Yeah, as I said in the other videos, Chronicle had this kick-ass thing. I missed part of it, and I haven't even shared the rest of it with you by closed captions. I believe I watched it at some point. I don't know. Yeah, I did watch it. I just have to do the closed captions thing. Just different ways of how to sleep, and you can take those sleep medications. They say sleep medications that can become they're highly addictive, okay? Everyone knows that. You have to be careful. And they say that they haven't changed in a long, long time, and that Big Pharma, they're not doing them to make, these drug companies aren't doing it to make a profit. They don't make much of a profit. They all have 1 or 2 out of 2 ingredients, but they say a lot of times, I think they said something like doctors are leaning towards just prescribing melatonin instead as an alternate to sleep medications. And I forget what the robot's called. But as I told you in the other videos, he's called something, and he's not available in the U.S. yet. I would think he would have to be soft, or she would have to be soft, whatever, because why are you going to want to hug something that's hard? That's the thing, too. I would think it would have to be soft. And it synchronizes to your breathing, and your heart rate is supposed to make you lull you to sleep. It also apparently can play music, but it's not available here anyway. But there are some things that are available, and that was going to be the next part that I didn't share with you or do closed caption or anything. I only did the closed caption on the dreaming shit, because dreams have always interested me, always fascinated me, particularly lucid dreaming, as I talk about in my talking closed caption, reading from the TV video, that I haven't done yet, because I'm going to play it and be sitting there or lying on the bed or doing something, as opposed to just having it be a talking only video. And now I've made this into a short, part 3. Part 2 is uploading right now. Part 2 is almost 2 hours. And part 2 is going to be very boring to a lot of you. It's me saying, I periodically interrupt it though. It's not just me reading a list, A, B, C. No. I say which songs I already like or already are on my MP3 player, but I read to you 758 songs and their artists. A lot of those artists I didn't know. A lot of them I found out via Music Choice, but even doing periodic watching Music Choice now for a couple of years, give or take. A lot of those artists I did not recognize at all. I have no idea who they are. So I'm hoping that out of those 758 songs and ones that I don't already have on my MP3 player, there might be, at least a handful that I like enough to put on my MP3 player. But as I started this video with, I really think I'm going to wind up putting that Shimmore, his new single from his. He left Sick Puppies in 2014, and I do have a Sick Puppies song on my MP3 player. I don't know if it's new Sick Puppies or old Sick Puppies though, because he wanted the band to end, and apparently they've survived and thrived, and with a new singer, and fuck you to him that he left them and he wanted them to end Sick Puppies. They refused to do it. But he's allowed to play all those Sick Puppies songs. Apparently he wrote them. So he was asked that. He's like, yeah, people from my fans want to hear what they know familiar from me. They're my songs. Damn straight I'm going to play them live in concert, But since they're his songs, probably Sick Puppies is not allowed to play his songs, and they probably wouldn't want to anyway, because that would just remind everybody of him being gone, So he has fans, he has followers who have been waiting years for him to release a new album, and now he's about to do it. He's written it, and he started off releasing this as the first single from his new album. So, we'll see what happens.